Morning, folks. This is a standard update. I guess I'm calling it a standard update because it's your bog standard video from me, where sometimes I just like to post a little bit of an update. And, you know, because I'm absolutely hilarious, it's a play on words because I'm currently in Standard League. Ha ha ha. So, now that that comedy routine's out the way, we can begin with the video. I have been up to a few things, a little bit different, not too much, but just thought I'd share and sort of catch up with you guys, see how you guys are doing. I've sort of stopped playing Incursion. I've completed all the goals I wanted to complete in Incursion, as we spoke about in the previous video. I'll go into Incursion League now just to show you what I've been up to and what I've done. I've basically ungeared every character. I sold everything off on my character, so I've just got 4 empty characters. I converted it into currency. And I had 14 exalts. With my 14 exalts, I went and I bought a rat's cage, which I then 6-linked, and I sold for 10 exalts. I then proceeded to spend about 20 exalts on jeweler orbs, trying to 6 off a rat's cage. For the build of the week, just for a little bit of fun. I just wanted to see how it worked. So we got the 5 offs, and then each time you want to knock it back down to 5, you have to use Varici, which means it costs 350 and then 70 to put it back. So it's 420 jewelers for every attempt, which is just shy of an exalt. So each attempt was taking me an exalt. I've hit a red colour 4 times. I've hit green all the time, which isn't too bad. You could add in hypothermia. But I wanted the blue. I didn't manage to get the blue. And I ran out of currency. My initial plan was to take my 6-link and run it onto the Temple of Corruption. But the problem with this league is I just never get the good rooms. I've really struggled to get any sort of good room this entire league, and I've played a lot. So as you can see, I've collected the main bits and bobs that I wanted to take into the Standard League. I've got a Rarity Belt, I've got a Move Speed Belt, a Res Belt. All these ones are just random ones I picked up that aren't very good. And I've got a Quant Belt. I've got some of these that I've upgraded. Got the Soul Ripper. I'm not sure what price that is, I paid 15. I've got the upgraded Jewels. I've got the Xerfes Heart, I paid 60 for that. I've got the upgraded helmets, a couple of white socket pariah rings. Still, I'll just keep the rat's cage. I've got an un-ID'd Shavs because it's always nice just to get a Shavs drop. I've got the upgraded shields, the boots, the gloves, the sword. And then there's just a couple of weapons here that are like pretty decent for leveling. Not that I'm really ever going to level in standard, but it is what it is, right? As always, we've got some rubbish that we probably shouldn't keep, but we will end up getting rid of 99% of this and just taking 1 tab into standard, probably just currency, div card, and this tab, as I'm trying to like not take too much stuff into standard because it does get a bit overloaded. So I've tried to get stuff that is good rolls. I always try to do that in standard because then if you ever want to play it in standard, you've got the good ones and you don't have to trade because it's hard to trade in standard. And obviously things might go up or down in price, I'm not sure. But I just got the good rolls, what I could afford, and then that was that. I've traded my way to a mirror. And again, with all the grinding of the burial chambers, which I've done on stream, you can see here. I did 384 maps. I got 12 exalts, 18 divines. 423 maps, 18 divines, 12 exalts, 4 doctors. So I did really grind a lot after buying all my stuff. I still carried on grinding, so I've played this game a lot. But I'm pretty done with it now. I've got loads of burial chambers that I never bothered running. I've completely just ran out of momentum to try actually just grind it out. I'm completely done. So that's my incursion done, and I've moved into standard. As a side note, I'm still learning to drive if anyone's interested in that. It's going a little bit better. I've had like 29 hours in a car now. So it's been like 29 weeks. So it's slow going, but I am also shit, so I don't expect too much of myself. But I don't think like 29 hours to be basically driving is that bad. I've done the maneuvers and stuff. It's all just putting it all together and like just getting rid of those like those small mistakes that all add up. So as I moved into standard, I bought a fragment tab, and I got baited into buying a mystery box. And with my mystery box, I got the lightning warp effect, which, you know, it's not bad, but it's not that great. I've emptied everything in standard, and what I've begun to do is slowly price things and work on some stuff. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do in standard. I've basically I've got a mirror coming into standard league. I've got a Xerxes heart, which I could wear with my headhunter. And I've also got the flask and some other things, right? So I've got about 300 exalts coming into this league, or something like that, which, as you can see, is more exalts than I've got in the entire of standard. So I've really grinded this league. I've given away so much stuff in standard that now I kind of wish I didn't, but I never intended to play standard, so I gave away, when people would buy stuff off me in standard, like, here's 10 exalts, here's 10, you know what I mean? Oh, have this 20 exalt item for free, I'm never going to play the league. And here I am playing standard, so, you know, maybe don't sell off your stuff in standard. You never know when you'll play it. So, we can show you a little bit around of what I've got, if anyone's interested in that sort of stuff whilst they're playing and they just want to listen to something. I've priced most of it, still got some things to price. So, these items I 6-linked last night. These prices aren't actually the prices they go for. The Venomous Shroud probably is, because I got a really good roll. This is another thing, that if you're buying something to take into standard, the roll's really good. Because if it goes legacy, obviously then I've got like one with 39 int, 69 out of 70 area of effect, and high regen. So it's important to get good rolls. This has got perfect fire and cold. This has got 95 life. You know, this has got 72 to all attributes and top lightning res. So what I did last night was I got all these and I 6-linked them. I paid about 9 exalts and fuses and I 6-linked them all. So really lucky, and I managed to 6-link them all. And I've just put them in a tab called Keep. I've got a shiny Bringer of Rain. These are probably 15 exalts, so I've put it at 20, because realistically I don't want to get rid of it. I just want to keep it. Maybe one day I'll do something with it, who knows. I'm currently getting spammed about a white wand. I've got this Reach of the Council Legacy. Now it's probably nowhere near worth this, but I just want to keep it because it's like the only rare bow I've got, like legacy bow, so I've just priced it over the top so nobody buys it. Here I've got a Shavs, so I'm just kind of showing you around standard now. Here I've got a legacy Shavs. It's corrupted, unfortunately, but you know, when I was in standard I corrupted everything. 400 ES. 3 off colours, which is okay. I played this for Essence Drain. And interestingly, if you're wondering why it's got a sacrificial garb on, this is wearing the garb that I first killed GGZII with. So my first ever GGZII dropped this garb, and I kept it because I killed it with the Shavs on low life ED. I've got some boots here which I crafted last league that never sold. 76 life, 240 reses, 35 move speed, and it's got skill duration, and it's got increased duration on them. So you could put your Val Immortal Call in there and your Val Haste, and still have skill effect duration for like Blade Vortex. That's why I priced them quite high. I've got Lavenger's Spirit. Now these type of things aren't the best. I've got a Presence of Triula. I've got some Legacy at Zeri Flasks, which I didn't even realise were Legacy. They go to 24 physical damage as extra chaos. There's a Legacy Witchfire Brew there, which is 66 increased damage. Got a Skull's Bridle. I've got a Legacy Shield there. 472 energy shield with 73 crit. You could also remove the cold and slam it for like spell damage or something. Or just, yeah. So that's pretty good. Got some old maps. I managed to vendor all my old maps to make space. There's some stuff in here that isn't that interesting. You know, just your generic boots. Got some fizz rings. Quant boots. These are like energy shield gear. These aren't very good. They probably won't sell, but, you know, the legacy, so I'll just keep them. They're all like 700 ES. These are from when I just picked them up when I used to play the game, right? Because 700 ES wasn't a lot. These are some axes. So this is where I spent most of my money in Standard. I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of exalts. Can you see my hair? My hair is going crazy. So I spent hundreds and hundreds of exalts trying to craft axes that were like GG, right? Because at the time, two-handed axes were like the top shit. Everybody wanted two-handed axes when I was playing. There was no stat sticks and all this crap. So, you know, the amount of times I actually got Tyrannical. I got Tyrannical and Celebration, and then I tried to Regal onto it, like tier 1 Fizz, was just soul-crushingly depressing. I spent so much currency trying to make a good axe. I mean, you look at that axe, it's not bad. Right? That axe isn't bad. I don't know what the DPS is, but like this one as well. You know what I mean? You could like annul it, craft on Fizz. Stuff like that. So that's where I spent hundreds of exalts, because I wasn't trying to make a good axe. I was trying to make the best axe, right? Because I thought I had a load of currency in Standard. May as well put it to use. Never ended up hitting anything. Got some old shiny stuff, which granted isn't the best. Don't think anything's worth in there. Some enchants, ground slam damage. Now, people play ground slam. I'm the only one up, so I just made the price up. Wild strike damage. There's nothing too fancy in here. Notably, I sold a +3 arc enchant for 45 exalts. I think it was a little bit cheap, but when it's just sat in your tab, why not? In here, these are stuff I haven't really priced. This is like a decent tab to look at. 810 ES, 6 linked with 3 resistances. 714 ES, 6 linked. I think this is really cheap for 5 exalts, honestly. A 6 link with 700 ES, I feel like is really fucking good. Light Poacher. Got a Rigwold's thing. I actually had somebody try to buy this yesterday for 6 exalts, a Rigwold's Savagery. But he went AFK and then I signed out. I've got these 173 ES with a little bit of life, and they are, I believe, yeah, Legacy, attack and cast speed. Now, a Rigwold's Crest isn't actually rare, I don't think. It just looks cool, so I've kept it. Some Legacy Face Breakers. Not the best roll at all. Legacy Roomy. That's pretty decent. 10 block chance, 27 block. And these are just gloves because I used to play a lot of Hands of Wisdom builds, so I just crafted gloves with Int and ES, and that's what I've ended up with. Haven't really priced any of these. They're not the best. Here's like a perfectly rolled Syra Shard 6 linked for when I played my Memester build. But again, these things don't really sell. This one's 870 ES. 870 ES 6 linked with 2 reses. I think that's probably like my best piece. I might even be able to YOLO exalt that. I'm not sure. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't. So, you know, that's that. Some good stuff in there. Haven't really priced. This is when I played my Cosprey's build. I also figured out that I've got a Legacy Wise Oak that does 20% Ellie Pen. I didn't even realise there was a Legacy Wise Oak, but apparently there is. Nothing too stand out that I can see. Everything else has sort of been sold off. I've got an Xeriax. That's 6 linked. Pretty decent rolls. We've got some steel rings here. They're not great. What else have we got? There's some eye level 86 shaper boots. They might sell. We've got now these things here. Now this is an example of like just getting a bit lucky. Or not getting lucky, but like kind of just understanding how the game works. I figured aspect of the cat was just broken. So I bought all the sets. Now all these helmets cost me 1 chaos. I bought everything in here for like 1 to 2 chaos. And I got really good rolls because I was like, well, if I'm buying the item, I want good rolls, right? Which meant that's what I went for. So these have got good armor. These have actually got shit life, which is kind of bad. But I decided that the important thing to go for was you only lose crab barriers. So you only lose 5 crab barriers. Now, I don't know if that was good or bad. Probably should have got the life. But, you know, at the time I was quitting the league. These have got top fire res, almost top life regen a second. And these things are all worth like 4 to 5 exalts each. Because they've gone legacy. I've still got to price this shit in here. I don't even know what's in this tab. There's some Ventas that are bad. Corrupted Tomb Fists. There's some like decent steel rings in here. Okay, steel rings. Not too sure what's in here. Essence tab. Map tab. There's some stuff in here like bellies. There's a Quant amulet that honestly probably won't ever sell for 20 exalts. I bought the base for 15 a long time ago. Got some Ventas in here. Shavs. Impulses with a good roll. Paw Joys and shit like that. And that's pretty much it really. Then we priced all these gems. These are like, nothing in here is under 10C. So they're all like 10C or above gems. These are some jewels off all my characters. Whether they sell or not, who knows. We've got some like attack speed life multi. This one. Max ES and burning damage with a space to exalt. I don't know if they sell or not. And then this is my currency. So yesterday I sold like 1,000 chaos worth of stuff. And I got some exalts. And the thing is, I'm always exalting stuff. That's why I like coming into standard. Because if you're just a little bit bored, you can just YOLO exalt it. And it's always fun to look at the stuff you've got over the league. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit around standard. Say that's what I'm up to at the moment. I'm selling some stuff on standard. I'm playing Overwatch, which is like really fun, but also terrible. So I don't know if I'm going to carry on playing that. It's kind of like hit and miss. You either have a really good game or a bad game. It's a bit like League. This guy wanted to buy some stuff. And yeah, that was that really. Just wanted to have a little chat, see what you guys are up to, what are you playing. Thought I'd show you around Standard League and have a little catch up. How much? This thing in the stock room to make the Culling Strike. This one was 20C. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.